Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
I'm Swastika Ghosh. I'm from West Bengal, Kolkata. That I tried my options in Europe. And luckily, my mom, to be honest, had a very good talk with the Khushi ma'am. And at that time, my confidence level was so down that how can I just give exams and I'll get selected and I'll have my visa, I'll go abroad. Everything was so impossible for me, but I'm just so grateful I did get my visa. Then I chose Schengen because, first of all, the cost. Then, Schengen has many benefits. First of all, it's all linked. The whole EU countries, everything is linked. Even the visa interview, that also I was guided through.
So, hello, Swastika.
Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
We are very happy that finally you are going into one of the top medical universities of the world.
Yes.
Can you give a little introduction about yourself? आप कहाँ से हैं and how things came?
Yeah, I'm Swastika Ghosh. I'm from West Bengal, Kolkata. So I did my 10th, 12th from Kolkata itself, and after that I did try certain, competency exams. But I did always wanted to go abroad, and that's the reason why I always look for certain paths so that I can have my studies there. First, it started with that USMLE, American Dream, but then I saw that the USMLE is very long, and that is not something which is meant for me, which I felt. After that, I tried my options in Europe. And luckily, my mom, to be honest, had a very good talk with the Khushi ma'am. And she loved her a lot. So she, in fact, sometimes she asks me about you.
Okay.
So after that, she encouraged me a lot to have a talk with you. But at that time, I wasn't in that situation also. But your words, both sirs and ma'ams, and there was another sir who
Yes.
did told me about his sister who's studying in abroad, I think in Latvia itself. So after that, I did give it a think like, okay, I can give exams also. And at that time, my confidence level was so down that how can I just give exams and I'll get selected and I'll have my visa, I'll go abroad. Everything was so impossible for me, but I'm just so grateful I did get my visa.
So, how did you got to the conclusion that studying medicine from a Schengen country is the best option for you?
Yeah, actually, I did look. To be honest, my journey to choose medicine all over the world, I think I have visited the whole map. To be honest, theoretically. But then I chose Schengen because, first of all, the cost, then the opportunities and the global exposure. Because there are other countries as well. Many people do it from Bangladesh, from Russia, Georgia. But I don't know. I wanted it from the Schengen region itself, and that like if I'm going abroad, then I'll go into the Schengen area itself only.
So, what's the benefit that you'll go into Schengen actually?
Sir, Schengen has many benefits. First of all, it's all linked. The whole EU countries, everything is linked. So you have a lot of opportunities after the 6 years course as well. You can practice for residency or you can try in other countries as well. And the more you try, the more you, in medicine, the more you work at different countries, different areas, you'll gain more experience. And experience that counts in medicine a lot. So if I want to go to a higher area in my life or the where I am dreaming of to go, then I have to gain a lot of experience at the same time. And if I gain it from different countries or different areas and I, stay with different people and different cultures, that will give me the global exposure. I think that is the big thing.
In how many countries did your application was done by our team?
I think three: Poland, Hungary, and lastly Latvia.
And you got admission from all of these.
So
Yeah.
that's so good. That proves that you are a competent student. That
Yes.
you got an offer letter from some of the top universities of the world from three countries: Poland,
Yes.
Latvia, and Hungary. So, what advice would you give to the students who want to apply to these countries? कितने टाइम पहले आपको उसके लिए प्रिपरेशन शुरू करना चाहिए? And what would you suggest for the students who are looking to apply to these countries?
I think 6 months is enough if you want to crack the university exams and the interviews. And I think above all, they see your motivation to study there. So if you're a genuine student, if you really have that abroad dream that you want to go and you want to study in that environment itself, you want that challenge in yourself, then I think that does 50% of your interview. And the other part is the academic part. And if you're someone who has just completed your 11th and 12th, then it is very easier for you because everything remains in your mind. You just need to play with that, think about that, and most probably, which I felt the difference between the Indian exams and the abroad exam is that they really ask the concepts more. It's not more theoretical. So if you know the concepts, if you get it from inside, then you will be able to make them understand. You're just your own teacher, so they just see that itself.
Basically, the approach of the exams are quite
And
different.
yeah, and all the three universities you gave your interviews, our team actually gave you the preparation also, right?
Yes.
How was it helpful for you to crack all the three exams?
Definitely helpful. They gave me, I think, 2 to 3 PDFs. Even I had this mock interview where I got this confidence to actually talk in front of people. And also, there's like, Sir gives me a lot of motivation at the same time. He told me to keep my calm. Because in the interview, when you're having an interview with somebody, you need to also look into the other aspects as well. The way you talk, the way your body language is, the way you can be able to make the other person understand your ideas. That is also something that matters. And also theoretical questions also he gave me a lot. I did study from there and many of them came to
Your mock interview was conducted from Europe or from India?
from India itself, but definitely there was people from the universities who took the interview online.
So like, if you see right now, you told that interview was a thing for you, and you could not keep your calm. And look at you right now, 1 year of the time, we are just having a conversation, a kind of interview, but see the calm you have right now with you. Do you think the journey teaches you a lot?
The journey teaches me one thing very nicely. That is, if you have a dream, it can be delayed, but it is not denied.
Yes.
So something best is waiting for you. You just need to keep trying. And stop listening to others. Because lot of people, even my family members, they demotivated me a lot. But definitely, Sir motivated me a lot. Entire 1 year journey, it should have completed last year, but it got stretched. And of course, as a student, I had this in mind that I am already turning 19 and I'm still not in a college. And all my friends, they are telling, you just go get into any other college. Why are you just trying so much for abroad? Abroad is not for us. And everything, every myth, every kind of thing so that they can demotivate you. But Sir did motivate me a lot.
And the sir, yeah.
Would you suggest that it's advisable to apply into multiple countries in Schengen area, in multiple universities, rather than just applying to one country and one university?
Personally, I am somebody who takes a lot of tension. So I didn't have that confidence at that time. So I did apply for multiple universities. So anywhere I get my name. But definitely, you suggested me one of the best in every country. Because when I did my personal research also, I didn't have to do a lot of research about the universities. Because the universities that you suggested me were already at the top list. And they had nice QS ranking as well worldwide. So I didn't have to do a lot of research myself. But definitely, if somebody is confident about their studies and the way they can speak in the interview, they can apply to one university also. But to be on the safer side, you can apply to 2 or 3 universities as well. But one university is okay. If you have the motivation, if you think that that university is where you want to go, then just go for that only.
How was your process? How smooth was your process? क्या आपको बहुत भाग दौड़ी करनी पड़ी या everything was done sitting at home?
My process was very lengthy. It was more emotional than physical because I had to take a lot of emotional tension in my head. But rather than that, everything was explained to me very nicely. Because first of all, I never had all these ideas about foreign, how things work, and also the documentations, all the apostille attestations, travel insurance, tickets, everything. I used to say, sir, and sir used to say that, okay, I'll do it. You just courier me your address, I'll courier you. So those documentation part and everything, it was very smooth. The only thing I had to do is to go to the bank to take the statements for the visas and everything. The little stuff that you have to do from your side. But other than that, all the processes were done from your side as well.
And lastly, go to the VFS or the embassy. That can't be done from our side.
But even the visa interview, that also I was guided throughout. Whatever question I had, even at night, if I'm having some questions in my mind, I used to text sir. I didn't see the time that it is some hour at a time, so I'll not text sir or something else, sir will not give me any reply. He always tried his level best, to be honest.
Yeah.
So the mock visa interview that was conducted with you, was that also of help?
Yeah, definitely.
And was
Every mock
yeah,
interview and everything was conducted by European team member itself. So
Yeah.
you got that first-hand insight as well, right?
Everything was conducted by them, the European people. To be honest, the mock interviews of the visas, if I say, the Hungary visa, sir gave me a lot of information. But I don't know, maybe that was not in my destiny. The Hungary visa was definitely very lengthy, the visa timing also. So when I went for the Latvia visa, I had this in mind that in the Hungary they asked me so many things. So what will they ask me in Latvia? And then I am having this rejection also. So I had this in mind. What will they ask me? I used to ask sir, I have rejection. Will they ask me something else or not? How will I answer them if they ask me about my rejection and all? But trust me, the Latvia visa interview just lasted for 5 minutes. And when it got over, I was like, is it done? Did they understood me? Am I capable? Did they think that okay, I am genuine? But yeah, the process is also very fast.
And after the interview, I guess sir told you that don't worry for the Latvia. Within 2-3 days, your visa is coming and you are flying to Latvia to start your medical journey. And I guess what experience you learned from the Hungary visa rejection?
I'll just say one thing prior to this. Sir told me that I'll get my visa in 4 days. And exactly it took 4 days. The visa took 4 days. And I was like, what a coincidence. Exact 4 days. Not a day before, not a day after. So I think sir knew it.
So, for the Latvia, we put a lot of effort. And other than you, Khushi ma'am was also very concerned that you got a rejection in Hungary. We haven't placed you anyhow into any of the good medical universities.
That's responsibility on our shoulders.
So for the Hungary rejection, is it like, what would you suggest? Whatever information is being provided, like many things need to be done 4 to 6 months before. So do you think that anybody who is looking to apply to this country, and if they are like taking any help or information, so whatever information is being provided, they should be following that instruction or not?
In case of Hungary visa, the way I was instructed, everything was fine. But I think somewhere even your team also had doubt about the sources of my funds. And that is somewhere they also pinpointed me at that time. And I think there was something in that visa embassy, I don't know. Lot of people during my batch got rejection. I don't maybe this is a coincidence, but many students who were actually capable, they got very silly reasons for the rejection. I just feel that this problem gets solved as soon as possible for Hungary also, because scholarship students got rejected and the reasons were so late. They gave as if you don't have any accommodation or we didn't understand your accommodation. In fact, in Hungary visa, they gave me test papers to solve, and I got good marks in that. Still I didn't get the visa.
You solve all the papers. With Hungary, the thing is that for the 6 month, how they are asking, we have to manage the papers. Like recently, one student also submitted a lot of funds, but that need to be of this one student rhythm who got a visa because he submitted the funds very early. They are very harsh on us for giving the visa. So they are trying to find any reason they can. Yes. So in that scenario, we have to prepare everything in advance. Also for the medical students, it is an advantage. Like medical students are treated. Let's take the example of Latvia. If you would have been other than the MBBS, it would have been taken some more days, even after all the effort and all the recommendation to give the visa early as your classes are going to start. It would have been taken a lot more days. At the end, everything is well, so that's good.
Yeah. And how your parents are feeling right now?
How happy are your parents? Finally you are landing into.
Yes, and that too, the relatives, the people who ever had said something to you. Now you're going to a college, medical college, whose ranking is even higher than our own, India's top best college. So you're going even higher ranking college there. It took some time, but I guess the hard work, the patience paid off right now. So how your parents, how happy they are right now?
My mom is the happiest, I feel, because she was someone who stayed throughout,
Yes.
even when my own family members didn't believe. And to be honest, she was someone who also introduced you to us, to me.
Yes.
And she believed in you very much, very, very much. When even if I had 1% of doubt, she never had that doubt all. And she did whatever was instructed, the best she could do, even in case of fun, so that the visa goes right.
Yes.
And because the academics part is on my side, but the thing that was in her hands, she did the best things.
Yes.
When I finally got my visa, I just gave her a big hug, and she's very happy, very happy, very.
Yes, and you're actually very fortunate to have a mother like her who is there standing by you next to you in every step. It's very fortunate to have parents like that who's just backing you, even if something goes ups and downs, but they are there for you. That's really
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, definitely. She believed in me. She believed in my abroad dream, and she believed in higher education center. To be honest, very much,
I hope
very
we,
much.
yeah, and I think we kept the dream alive.
Now she's very happy about that also. She even said that if my son wants to go abroad, this is the only people whom I'm going to trust in future as well. So see, she's planning from now only that whatever rejection, whatever I had, so that those problems don't appear in my brother's time. And she's preparing from now itself.
Yes.
When are you flying?
Maybe I haven't booked my tickets, but I'll book today. But definitely, I think from 28th to 31st, I'll be there.
And what are the plans ahead? Going into the college, and what are the plans ahead? Have you got any checklist that you want to do in the Europe?
Personal checklist, I am not sure about, because now I think I'll be going to a very harsh winter condition. And somebody from Kolkata, it is very, very cold, because we are used to that 50 degrees Celsius. But I am very excited to see snow and experience it also. But I think for now I'll focus more on my studies, because I think there's been a gap and I need to fill that up.
Yes, and also like for post graduation, so many students actually, some of them plans like they want to go to Germany for their post graduation because the stipend is very high, around 5 to 6 lakh rupees. So people start preparing pre-hand that how they can go and do their PT in Germany or other countries. So do you have some certain plans? Which country you're planning to go?
First of all, RSU itself has tie-ups with Germany,
Yes.
Italy, and I think Israel or another country I didn't remember about, because Italy and Germany are the two countries which I have shortlisted. So that is the reason why I remembered those two. I think I'll move forward with Germany, and for me is to complete my 6 years course very nicely. After that, I want to go to Germany, but I want my final destination to be Switzerland. But I don't know; it's a long way ahead. But the preparation comes from today.
Yes.
And the first step was visa, which I got now. So the next step is my academics.
I'll tell you. The first step was the day you decided to go ahead with your future going to abroad dream. The first day you decided, okay, I will stay and stick to the path that I want to go to the Schengen country and have my medical degree from a university from where my degree will be valid around 30 plus countries. That thought, that first day you took the decision, and the first step was there. And then it's ups and downs, life goes like that, but you're going to the university now.
And I have a good.
That's so true. That's so true.
I have a good information for you. Your university has exchange program with Swiss universities as well. So suppose after your MBBS, you can start your post graduation in Switzerland itself. You don't need to go to Germany and then to Switzerland. And
then that is the best thing that could happen.
Yes, and there's no any. This is like me easy. In Swiss, the stipends are the highest, even better than the German.
Definitely, sir. You'll be with me from now to maybe forever. I mean, whenever I'll have any problem abroad, I know that there are people who are my mentors and they'll help me always to guide me.
2 years, you will be the mentor.
Yes,
that's what I was like right now, how you are watching Srishti, and now you are going there. So after 3-4 years, you will be a senior. And you will be mentored to many juniors that will be coming to you.
And then that time you will be Swastika ma'am, who is helping students.
Yes.
And mentoring them. How did you talk to Srishti and you got some idea?
documentation
Mhm.
part and everything is going to be done by us for always. But for the mentoring and like guiding with the experience, you will be a great asset
Yeah,
to us.
like how you talk to Shrishti and you got some clarity how the functions work. You got a first hand experience there,
Yeah,
and you felt better. You got some confidence with there's some girl like you learning here. You
exactly.
got a confidence there. So similarly, you will be providing that confidence to others.
Yeah, definitely. First thing I asked her was, is it safe? And she was like, it's very safe. Don't worry about it.
When Shrishti landed, she sent me around 110 pictures, photographs, videos from airport to the day she landed to the university. 110 pictures. So am I expecting the same? So I will just clear out my space from your end as well.
Yes,
Nice. You will just share me, and we will definitely do one more. Just a normal call with your mother and you being in Latvia. We'll just have,
okay.
yeah, it would be fun to talk to you and get an experience from there itself.
Okay.
Also being part of the HEC, like being associated with us, we are planning to host maybe Diwali or some Indian festivals there. When you guys have a vacations and everybody get to know each other, like if somebody is in Italy or somebody is in Czech Republic, you are studying medicine in Latvia, so that you can interact with each other and get to know how things are going there, what opportunities do they have in their universities, and trying to build a strong community of students like you from all over the Schengen countries.
Definitely, I would love to be a part of that.
And that's also what we're going to do. Yes, Krushi, something.
No, I'm just asking like now finally supposed to fly, the entire process is done and everything. So, what piece of advice, like now you are going to study medicine, if you understand this, it is very crucial. In India, 25 lakh students appear for NEET every year and the numbers are increasing, right? The seat, government seat is 60,000 and the people go for private colleges and then there's no future again because the infrastructure is not that good and something. So, you are going to be living the dream of many students. If you understand, you are going to become a role model because you're studying in a college which world ranking is even higher than our own, top best colleges. So
Yeah.
people dream of getting a normal seat, and then you are going to study that in a university whose ranking is very high globally. Like, you are now international student. So what kind of advice you would like to give to the students? This video will be watched by many students and parents. So what kind of advice would you like to give them that, like, from your journey, from your experience, what is the advice you would like to give?
I would say that be inside your limitations because the world offers many things. So it is our responsibility to actually open our eyes first and look for the opportunities because I never thought that I'll meet you. So if I can from West Bengal, cause which I have thought, if I have seen a survey also that people from West Bengal, many don't go to abroad for the bachelor especially. It's more from Mumbai, from Delhi, the more students go. But if I can from Kolkata, then anybody can. And it is just the connections. We are here in such a world where connections are so much advanced. So it's just a phone call, it's just a WhatsApp number where you need to text about your experiences and where you can go with your mark sheets, whatever resources you have, so that you can study somewhere you dream of. And also, I think parents play a very huge role in this. I would really say every parent to please believe in your child if they want to. Please believe. I mean, they will not upset you ever. And just one thing you need to keep is the belief and the patience.
Yes.
And the other things will be done by us.
Yes. Like, you see, it's all destiny. You were there at IMED Center.
Yeah.
We go IMED Center every year. We meet
Yeah.
every year we meet so many students like you or, and I've seen people like, they just feel like distracted. But, you took a step there and kudos to your mother. I always say that.
Yeah.
We might have got some Bengali connection there. I feel so which worked in your favor. But yeah, it was, see, you took a decision. Taking a decision is very important thing. People keep on planning.
Yeah.
They keep on planning for years and years. Okay, this is your 80. Okay, we'll plan it on 90. Okay, you are 90. We'll plan it in 20. Let's wait for one more year. Let's give it one more chance. That rat race, that loop,
Yeah.
and that loop of having a hope, not actually working on it, is something people are always bounded with. But you took that decision. Your parents took the decision that you don't want to be bounded with that rat race, with that hope loop that is there in the Indian mindset.
Definitely,
Instant thinking, you put actions. You know, it's not just vision board. You just put an action board in front of you, which is really great.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. I mean, in India, there are only two exams. One is NEET, one is JEE. And people think these are only the places where their daughters or son can be. Other than this, there is no world. That is why I want to say that please look forward. The world has a lot of things to offer. There are people like you who help people like us who don't even know anything about. They just dream and you people make it come true. It's like a Cinderella movie where you are our godmothers. So that's the thing.
Actually, Swastika, this organization has been founded by the person. He has got this journey like you. He was also into the J thing, and because we don't have the information that world offer a lot to us. Like if you are putting our 100% of effort here and not getting into the JE or to the NEET, even we have better opportunity than this as well. If we are ready to put off our hard work, and it's so good to hear from you. Like I can remember the time when I met you at the IMED Center 1 year before, and the kind of wisdom you have got as of now.
Yes, it's clearly visible.
Like I'm already talking with a very mature and very grown-up kid.
Thank you.
That's so good. Yeah. I'm very confident that you are going to handle yourself very easily and manage yourself in Europe. Initially, how it happens for a month or 15, 20 days, students initially faces a little struggle because here we have the habit that our parents are doing everything, all our daily chores, whether it's cooking or whether they're taking care of the clothes. But now we are going into the university and you have to take care of everything. But looking at you, I am confident that you will be very comfortable doing everything by yourself. And have you got the pre-departure guidance from our team till yet?
Sir, I'll get it. I did get certain what to pack, what not to, and such things. But sir will send me a whole listed PDF so that I can go through it nicely.
Yes.
But he did give me a general idea and overview, so I do know.
You will have a pickup on the airport as well.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that as well. Somebody will come and pick you up and take you to the university, and for the initial days, make you feel at home. And you have already connected with Srishti, so see what.
Yeah, even the hostel thing was my mom was very tensed about my hostel and my accommodation because she was like, we are sending our daughter abroad and what kind of a private rent? I don't want her to be somewhere private. I want her to be with the university students as only. Also, sir made sure that, okay, we'll allot your hostel itself and she will be safe. That's when she said, oh, yes, okay, then you can go.
Here also time plays a very crucial role. Like we were able to arrange the accommodation because
Yeah.
you would have been doing it as of right now. So that's good that you took all the decision on time.
Yes.
Yeah.
We took the first step on time, which I told you earlier. It doesn't begin with the visa. It began way much earlier. The first
Yeah.
step you took on time. That's very important.
We congratulate you wholeheartedly.
And one more thing, I would just like to one more thing add on. Like you got, of course, your credibility and your preparation, but also the fact that you applied in all these universities in the first round of application. That
Yeah.
has eased out your job also, and the questioning, the kind of question they ask, there is on the students who are coming in the first round of application. So that's what
Yeah.
the role play. It plays an important role in getting admission in all these universities you got.
Yeah, definitely.
Basically, the good thing is that when you decided that you want to go to Schengen for your medicine, so you took a decision.
Yeah.
You just like delayed the thing that do it. I will do it in a month after. When you decided, you took a decision and you took a step forward. That's
Yeah.
why today we are here, and we wholeheartedly congratulate you.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
great doctor after 6 years. And maybe I now right now have around 8 people who plans to move to Switzerland after MBBS. So when I will also be visiting Okushima, we will have a place to stay in Switzerland.
Definitely.
Medical doctors are the highest paid and accommodation is quite expensive in Swiss, the hotels. So when we are coming for the vacation, we can stay at your residence, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's great to hear. And thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for helping me in this journey. Thank you.
Always, always. Okay.